far this year, we've questioned each other, keeping each other honest, confirming the truth. Last week, we were bold in our faith. We know God's truth. We are called to spread it. So today, 10 days into Lent, we take some time for self-reflection. In our zest for the truth, in our zeal to put things right, we take a moment to check ourselves. Jesus realized the disciples needed an ego check during the Last Supper. This is from Luke 22, the message. Within minutes, they were bickering over who of them would end up the greatest. But Jesus intervened. Kings like to throw their weight around, and people in authority like to give themselves fancy titles. It's not going to be that way with you. Let the senior among you become like the junior. Let the leader act the part of the servant. Who would you rather be, the one who eats the dinner or the one who serves the dinner? You'd rather eat and be served, right? But I've taken my place among you as the one who serves. So we're going to talk more about the disciples next week, but this is just one of many instances where they just don't quite get it. They're certainly not a bad group of guys. Jesus even says in the next verse that they have followed him through thick and thin. They've given up their professions and their families to follow Jesus for 3 years now. They have good hearts. They have the best of intentions. And yet, after all this time, and this is right after Jesus told them that one of them was going to betray him, now they choose to have their little catfight. Seemingly oblivious to this bombshell that Jesus just dropped, their egos take over and they argue about supremacy. Wow. But this is probably the message. We've seen how power corrupts. We've watched fame and fortune change people, be it real or fiction or just good gossip. We know of the entertainer who walks off the stage because they weren't getting enough applause, or the lights were too bright, or the performer who won't even take the stage because their bottled water was too cold, or their Skittles weren't separated by color. The pro athlete who blatantly cheats on his spouse, the millionaire businessman who thinks he's above the law. I'm sure for some, a big ego was always part of their personality. They may not have achieved such status if it weren't for their assumption that they deserved it. But I believe that a lot of people just get caught up in it. I don't think all child actors, or any actor, are born monsters. They had parents that nurtured and supported them, probably telling them not to get too big for their britches. But the more work you do, the more people want you for their movie, the more yes men you have surrounding you, catering to your every whim, telling you how amazing you are. I'm sure it's easy to believe that maybe you are special. And in business, it can start with good intentions. I just need to move a little money over here. My mother needs a kidney transplant. Or this employee finally got approved to adopt. It wouldn't look good on the books, so we'll just move it over for now. We'll pay it back next month. But when it is that easy, then it's that easy to do it again until it becomes commonplace. And in real life, the mass exodus from Hillsong Church. And again, I don't think it's a bad organization by any means. They have brought hundreds of thousands of people to the Lord. But even pastors can fall victim to fame, thinking they deserve all the accolades and the monetary benefits that follow. The point is, ego isn't evil, but we have to be aware, ever vigilant. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. In our desire to seek the right, we can't let ourselves become self-righteous. In his 3 years of teaching, Jesus told the people to serve others, to be kind, to love. I'm sure this wasn't the first time he referred to himself as a servant. Again, Jesus, the Son of God, and Son of Man, King of Kings, Lord of Lords, is humbling himself. Washing feet, cavorting with prostitutes, dining with tax collectors, friend of those in low places. Because, one, we are not better than anyone else, and really that should be the main point. But two, we cannot be those who are served and those who serve. Kings like to throw around their weight, and people in authority like to give themselves fancy titles. When we place ourselves above, we can't be apart. If we're to have open and honest conversations, we can't think that we're better or smarter. No amount of talking will change your mind then. If we're to help our fellow humans, we can't look down on them. I just saw a tweet yesterday, poor people do not exist. So you can learn how to feel grateful for your excess. If we don't put ourselves among the lowest, it's easy to justify their situation. Well, that's unfortunate. And they probably caught a bad break. Maybe if they would have worked a little harder. Glad that's not me. Which I think speaks to government officials also. People who are elected to serve. When you have a six-figure income and a house in your home state and an apartment in D.C., I wonder how easy it is to relate to people under the poverty line. Kindness begins with understanding. Equality and justice come with the balance of power. Romans 12:16 says, live in harmony with each other. Don't be too proud to enjoy the company of ordinary people, and don't think you know it all. Or from the Message, get along with each other. Don't be stuck up. Make friends with nobodies. Don't be the great somebody. We are called to become low because we have a job to do. So Jesus continues in Luke, but I've taken my place among you as the one who serves, and you've stuck with me through thick and thin. Now I confer on you the royal authority my Father conferred on me, so you can eat and drink at my table in the kingdom and be strengthened as you take up responsibilities among the congregations of God's people. With great power comes great responsibility. And it wasn't Stanley that coined that. Historians say that Churchill and FDR used a similar phrase in their speeches. But perhaps I think we still relate best to Peter Parker. He had the power to fight evil, and he chose not to. It wasn't his problem until it was. And then he was humbled and began to serve. So God calls us. Jesus says we now have responsibilities among the congregations of God's people. We have the means, the ability, and the opportunity. We just can't get too full of ourselves. Amen? One more tune to remind us of our place. Keep our eyes focused on God. I've made my Hi, this is Joel from Rocks Cry Out. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked what you saw, then please click like. If you think a friend would enjoy it, then please share the link. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter, subscribe to us on YouTube, and if you already do all those things, then thank you very much. As always, if you have an idea for a sermon topic, a favorite song you want to hear, a prayer request, or if you just want to say hello, then drop us a line in the comments below. Have a blessed day.